You know, we all like to think we choose our attractions, that we choose our habits. But what if I told you that's just not true? Because deep down, your most powerful desires aren't really chosen, they're engineered. And no, it's not some other person pulling the strings, it's a part of your own mind, a part you probably don't even know is there. The famous psychologist Carl Jung called it the shadow. And if you don't get how it works, you'll never really be the one in control. Okay, so if our desires are being engineered, how the heck do we get back in the driver's seat, right? Well, you've heard the usual advice. Just stop. Just use willpower. Sounds simple, but it's a total trap. And I'm gonna show you why it almost never works. This right here, this is the perfect way to think about it. Trying to use pure willpower is exactly like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. I mean, you can do it, right, for a little while, but it takes a ton of energy. And what are you really doing? You're just building up this massive pressure. You're not getting rid of the ball. You're just creating tension. And we all know what happens next. Sooner or later, that thing is gonna explode back to the surface, probably with way more force than it had in the first place. All right, let's bring this down to earth. Let's make it real. Just picture this with me. You've had one of those days at work. You know the one. Your boss is breathing down your neck, deadlines are piling up, and by the time you walk through your front door, you are just completely and utterly drained. And that's when it hits, that little urge. You know, maybe it's to just zone out and scroll on your phone for hours, or grab that bag of chips, or whatever that one habit is that you're trying to kick. And you dig deep, you find that willpower, and you say, nope, not tonight. You push that feeling down, you just repress it. So what do you think happens next?
Does that urge just say, oh, okay, my mistake, and disappear?
Yeah, right? No way. What you've actually done, without even realizing it, is you've just turned the key and started up a really powerful loop in your own mind. And here it is, the mental loop in all its glory. It starts with a stressor, that bad day at work. That triggers the urge. You use willpower to stuff it down, and that creates tension. Now listen closely, because this is the most important part. That repressed desire, it actually feeds on the tension you just created. It's wild, right? The more you push it away, the stronger it gets. It becomes this little engine that runs all by itself. But here's the good news. Like any system, we can figure it out. Okay, so we get the loop, that makes sense. But what's the real engine here? What's actually driving this thing? If we really want to break free, we have to go deeper and unmask the true source of that urge. And that's where we get to what Carl Jung famously called the shadow. So what is it? Think of it like a hidden bag in your subconscious. And in that bag, you've stuffed everything about yourself that you've ever decided is bad or unacceptable or not good enough. Now, it's not some evil monster. It's just all the parts of you that you've pushed away and refused to look at. And listen, this isn't some new agey thing that just popped up. It has really deep roots in psychology. I mean, it goes all the way back to Freud and his ideas on repression. But it was his student, Carl Jung, who really fleshed it out and gave us the full concept of the shadow back in the 40s. And the whole idea boils down to this. When you push down a natural part of yourself, it doesn't just vanish. Nope, it gets shoved into the shadow, and that's where it starts to change. It mutates. And this right here is the absolute key. This is the big aha moment. You're not actually addicted to the habit itself. Not the scrolling, not the junk food, not the person. What you're really addicted to is the release of the tension. And where did that tension come from? It's the same tension you created by trying to be perfect and pushing a part of yourself away. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. The habit isn't the real problem. It's the messed up solution your brain came up with to get some relief from all that pressure you put on yourself. So, if fighting back just makes things worse, what are we supposed to do? What's the alternative? Well, the answer is kind of the opposite of what you'd think. It's not about fighting, it's about integration. So let's break down the 3 simple steps to actually make that happen. Okay, so to kill this loop, the very first thing you have to do is stop fighting the shadow. Instead, you start observing it. That's the huge shift in thinking right there. Because fighting it, like we said, is like pouring gasoline on a fire. It just makes it bigger. But when you can just calmly watch it without reacting, you create a little bit of space. You cut off its fuel supply. See, observing the shadow doesn't feed it. It actually starts to dissolve its power. So here's your new toolkit. 3 simple steps. Step 1, the next time that feeling, that urge comes up, just watch it. Don't judge it, don't call it good or bad, just notice it, almost like you're watching a cloud drift back. What really set it off this time? Was it that you were bored, feeling lonely? Was it stress from that email you got? And then step 3, and this is the big one, ask yourself this question. What part of me is being neglected right now that this desire is trying to fill? Are you craving excitement, connection, or maybe just a little bit of relief? And that, my friends, is what shadow work is all about. It's this process, and yeah, it's simple, but that doesn't always mean it's easy, of bringing these hidden parts of yourself out of the dark and into the light. And you know what's so cool about it? Once you can really see a compulsion for what it is, which is just a signal, not some big scary monster, it just kind of loses its grip on you. All right, so how do we turn this into something you can use every single day? How does it become a permanent tool? Well, that brings us to our last section, how to forge your own unbreakable shield. And here's the bottom line, the thing I really want you to walk away with. Once you can see these loops happening in real time, once it clicks that you're not hooked on the habit, you're hooked on the relief, you just can't be a victim to it anymore. It's impossible. That awareness becomes your shield. Look, the urge might still pop up from time to time, but it doesn't own you anymore. Why? Because now you know the game. And that's what this is all about. Knowing how the game is played inside your own head is the only way to make sure you're not just a pawn in it. That knowledge, that is your shield. Use it well. I'll see you in the next one.
Subscribe.